Back to a story we tried to bring you earlier. More than 285 million people in the world are either blind or live with a visual impairment. More than 7 million of those who are blind live right here in America, with Texas housing one of the highest populations of people who cannot see. And while it may seem like a disability to some, to those living with it, it's all about perspective. We see it every day. People on their phones, at their computers, texting, driving, sometimes texting while driving. Either way, we rely on our visual senses to make sense of a world that's all about seeing.
It's like their eyes are distracting them.
But what if seeing wasn't an option?
I mean, I couldn't read a print anything, no matter how close I held it to my face.
How would you adjust?
Awkward moments happen all the time, so you just kind of get over it.
For 26-year-old PhD student Lauren Long,
good girl,
those modifications started at the early age of 6 years old.
There's plenty of moments where I turn to talk and ask a question and people don't respond because they think I'm not talking to them because I'm not looking directly at them. And so you're like, all right, well, try again.
Lauren and her younger sister both have a genetic condition known as retinitis pigmentosa. It affects the peripheral vision first, often called tunnel vision. Then over time, the visual field gradually diminishes and can ultimately lead to total blindness.
If I walk into a room that doesn't have good contrast, then if somebody sits there and doesn't make any noise and doesn't move, then I may not even know that they're there.
Well, one thing for sure, Lauren's inability to see isn't stopping her from following the vision for her life. She's one of less than 40% of people who are nearly blind in the workforce and one of less than 12% with a bachelor's degree or higher.
You found it! You found the bus stop!
With the help of her seeing eye dog Virginia and her other 4 senses, she doesn't need very much assistance getting around.
Could you tell me what bus this is?
This is Route 15.
15? Thank you.
She travels alone, works as a part-time therapist, is completing her PhD, and is even engaged to be married this year.
We all make choices all the time on how we interpret situations, and you can interpret having a disability as the end of your world, or you can come around to the idea that I can do things, I'm just going to have to do them differently.
Proof it's not the obstacle blocking your path.
You can hear a tree when you pass it because its sound is bouncing off of it.
It's just the way you choose to view it.
We do all the same things essentially, but we just do them differently.
Lauren again still has some vision, but in her words, it's like looking through a sheet of very thick wax paper, and it continues to diminish every year. Tonight at 10, we'll debunk myths surrounding blindness as well as reveal some common misconceptions related to visual impairments.